it's your girl Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, and y'all can already see what kind of video this is by the title down below. Like I always say, if you guys ain't subscribed, go ahead and stop what you're doing and go subscribe. Like for real, like go stop what you're doing, subscribe. You know, the little red subscribe button, hit that. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the time I got into a fight. Wow, y'all. The time I got into a fight, it was years, like 5-6 years ago. But it was with some little girl, not a little girl, you know, but it was with some girl I went to school with. We went to elementary school together. And we known each other, I think just through elementary, not before that. Yeah, we known each other through elementary, and so the little girl, she's I'm not gonna say her name, but the girl, she was about a year younger than me, and then she had a sister who was about a year older than me. So we're all about a year apart. We all go to school together, and the little girl, she's really nice, honestly. Like, she was really nice, really sweet. She I remember everyone knew who they were because who their grandma was, and I can't even remember the grandma's name, but the grandmother, I remember her being this old Mexican lady, always like around all the blocks, like I don't know doing what, but everyone knew who she was, and she was just always loving. And I know she helped a lot with the school. So like everyone knew who they were, but they weren't like, you know, like they weren't bad kids. They were really always good. They weren't around, I remember, gang members. It was just them girls in the house. Like everything was all good. So years went on, and she found me on Facebook, not the grandma, but the girl that I fought. She found me on Facebook, and I remember she requested me. I approved her. And so she looked exactly the same. Like I was all not really happy, but I was like, oh my God, you know, just shocked. So she looked the same. I remember, like literally the same, just older, like if that makes sense. Like, yeah, she looked just identical to being in elementary school, but she was older. And so I'm looking at her stuff, and I'm noticing like she's like talking like just hella different, and she's just acting different. And I don't know if it's really different, you know, for her, because it's been years, like lots of years. It was in elementary school, so it was just, and I was in high school. And so I don't know if she was really all that different, but I knew what person, you know, she was and how she came up, you know, growing up. So when I seen that she was, you know, acting different and trying to be in this gang and just not being herself, I remember I was thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna be the one, I'm gonna tell her something. Like, not that I'm a B word, you know, but, you know, I cared for the little girl. She didn't have her mom and dad. Her mom, I remember, was always on drugs, and her dad passed away. So I did care for her, and seeing the way she was acting on social media, hold on. Seeing how she was acting on social media, it pissed me off. Like, I was just like, hold up. Who are you? Not you. Look at that tongue. So I was like, well, I'm going to tell her something. But I already knew, you know, I wasn't going to plan to tell her all mean or all crazy, because just the way she looked. Oh, let me rephrase that. Not the way she looked, because I am not scared by someone's look. No. I didn't want, by the way, you know, she brought herself on social media. Like, she just seemed like just ghetto. Now, you know, I can say that because, you know, I came from the ghetto. Like I still have my ghetto moments. Like, I'm not even tripping, but she was just not even acting herself. So I didn't want her to come at me, you know, sideways, all bad from me. Just, you know, really, I was really caring for her. And so I was just telling her, like, look it, girl, like, the way you're being and this and that, like, it don't look good. But, you know, like, if you're going through stuff, like, we're talking. I remember we're talking, like, and she was getting mad. I remember she was getting mad, and she was just writing me back, like, calling me a B word and this and that. And I was calling her back, but I was just like, look at B, like, I'm telling you this because I care. I'm telling you this because, you know, like, people are going to do this and this and that, or people don't joke around by, you know, where they're from. Like, you can get hurt. Like, I was really being cool, like, trying to be cool about it. And she was just going off on me. So, and I kind of seen it coming. I did. But what can you say? So, so she was just going off on me, going off. And let you guys know, my brother, he is into men. He's gay. So, let me tell you something. Me and my siblings, we grew up like this. Literally like this. We were raised to, you know, always have each other's back, in the wrong and the right, in between. Like, we grew up like that. So, and it's, when it comes to my brothers, like, I don't know what it is, but when it comes to my brothers, like, no B word, like, I'm sorry, you can't. So she started saying hurtful things, like some reckless stuff, talking about she's gonna have these gang members do this and this and that to my brother, and they're gonna see him and do this to him and do that. So when I read those damn messages, it pissed me off, and I told her straight up, look, I'm not gonna be no Twitter fingers. And I'm not gonna keep on doing this with you. Like, I'm not. But what you ain't gonna do is, she wasn't gonna disrespect me, like, for me coming at you, not even sideways, me coming at you, you know, as a friend. And, you know, I cared, like, me and your sister, we were hella good friends, and then she was a younger than us. So for her to be like that, you know, we're older now, so what's up? So that's what I told her. I told her, you know what, whatever I told her. And then that's when she was still talking reckless. So I finally told her, look, I'm not gonna do this. Like, what do you want to do? And she was just like, still talking about how she was gonna get her people. And let me remind you guys, I got nothing against, well, I'll be like 100%. Like, I'm not all for the gang, I'm not. But, again, I'm not against it, because I grew up around all that. I grew up around my siblings being in that, and my mom and dad, and my uncles, and, like, I grew up all in the hood. Not, you know, really in the hood. I think maybe I don't say the hood because it was home to me. But, you know, I grew up right there. Like, I grew up all deep in the east side. So, for her to say, and the people she was trying to get on my brother, I kid you guys not. They were my brother and sister's friends at a time when they're all chilling at a time. And, you need help, baby? Come on, baby. And so, yeah, they're all friends. I remember my older siblings, and then the people she's trying to get on us, on my brother. They were friends at the time, but they end up fighting. They end up getting into a fight, and the people she was trying to get on us, my brothers and them, they beat them up. Like, not even because they're my brothers and sisters, like, no lie. They got beat up. So she was calling these people supposedly to do stuff. So it pissed me off, especially because I knew them. And especially because I knew they weren't about nothing. So I told the girl, let's meet up. And she still, yada, yada, yada. I'll say like weeks maybe went by. Maybe like weeks. No, not even weeks, actually. I think, like days. I'm pretty sure it was like days went by. The weekend came and I went to, yeah, it was days because I was living at Visalia. I was living in Visalia at the time. And I remember I was on Facebook. It was during the week. It was during school days. So I came back down home to Fresno on the weekends just to visit family and my boyfriend. Oh, we weren't even together at the time. Yeah, we weren't. Okay, well, we were talking. Well, anyways. I was just coming down to visit. And so I remember Sunday came and I forgot all about the girl. But once Sunday came for me to leave, ding, popped in my head. I gotta go see this girl. Like, she's not gonna know. Like, I'm your friend. You're not gonna be rude. Well, I'm not your friend no more, but you know what I mean. So Sunday comes and I hit her up and I was like, look, do you still want to fight? Like, because I still want to fight. Like, where you at? I don't want to keep writing on Facebook. Like, where you at? And she was just like, look, I don't want to fight. Hold on, let me see, baby. She's like, look, I don't want to fight and this and that or whatever. So I was like, all right, well, if you don't want to fight, then stop talking about my brother. Delete me off of, I'll delete you, actually. I'll delete you. But just leave us alone. Like, just drop it. And after I said that, she was literally like, ding, a ticking down bomb. Like, ta-da! It's literally like a ticking bomb. Like, she just went off. And so after she went off, she was like, look, I'm right here at the elementary school we went to school at. Like, meet me. So I was like, Okay, girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was all for it. So, let me see, baby. So, she wrote me telling me, don't bring no one. It's just me by myself and this and that and yada yada. So, I remember thinking like, okay, B-word, like, I'm not going to bring no one because one, like, I don't feel the need to bring anyone. The only person I brought was my ride. So, I call up my homegirl, which is, she's like 10 or 9 years older than me. I call up my homegirl, hold on. I call up my homegirl and I was like, look at Nina. I'm about to beat this girl up. I told her why, and she was like, all right, like, for sure, like, she's an Asian girl, she's like, I'm gonna go pick you up right now, and this and that, and so I was like, all right, girl, like, yeah, like, come right now, though, because I'm about to go back home in Visalia. So she was like, all right, girl, come outside, I'm already here, so I was like, all right, bitch. So I went outside, and she was already there, I'm not even lying, she's, like, a crazy driver, so she was already there, and, sorry, y'all. So anyway, she picked me up. She's already there. We go to the school, and when we go to the school, I don't see no one like outside the gates. It's a weekend, so the school's not open, and I don't expect us to go to school and fight. So we pull up right there, and she's not right there. Where's she at? I look towards the school, and there's like 4 guys and like 3 girls, including herself, right there. So I was like, oh hell, like, and I didn't even get scared. Like, I'm not lying, like, I did not get scared. I just thought, like, she's playing, like why play? Like, come on, like, time's ticking, like, time is ticking. So I go up to the gate and I'm like, look it, oh, I almost said her name. Whew. So I was like, look it, I'll just say it, her name's Carmen. So I was like, look at Carmen, come outside the gate, like, I'm not going inside the gate. And she's like, I don't want to fight on the road. And okay, well, too bad. Like, it's a school. Like, don't, like, why? I'm not going to hop a gate. We're wasting time. Like, come on. So she's like, F it. Yeah, F it. Ah! I'm back. So, she hopped the fence. After she hopped the fence, you know, I start screwing up. And let me tell y'all, I'm the type of person, I've been into fights. I won't even lie. Like, I've been into fights. But I'm not the type to, like, I don't like to drama. I don't like to argue. I don't. But if we're going to argue and stuff, like, I just really honestly rather fight. But I'm honestly, you guys, like, I've been really trying to work on myself. And I have been really honestly good. Like, I have not been in a fight. I haven't. And maybe, like 5 years. Like, no lie. But anyways, let me just get into the story. So she hopped the fence and I'm squaring up, and I remember I was feeling like a dude. Like, have y'all seen guys fight and they're like bouncing up and down, pulling up their pants like above their waist, like they're like, come on. Like, I was like, So I'm right there literally hopping up and down, pulling up my pants. I was ready. And so I took out my earrings because you know, they can't get ripped out. So I'm already, you know, squaring up, and all I seen was her, like, of course, she was a distance. She was a distance, and she was just standing there, like, looking lost, looking clueless, literally looking clueless. So I'm starting to walk up to her because I was like, you know what, like, I'm not about to do this how people do, like, oh, hit me first, or, oh, this and that. Like, I'm not about all that. Like, I'm, like, I just want to get it over with and have a nice day. Just have a nice day. So I start walking up to her to, you know, fight her. And as I'm walking up to her, she's literally looking nervous. And let me tell y'all, on Facebook, this girl is a thug. She a Facebook thug. She a keyboard thug. Like, she likes to use them Twitter fingers. Like, no lie. But when I seen her, and when we were going to fight, she was, like, looking scared. And I'm not the type of person also to, like, I'm not a bully. If you really honestly don't want to fight me, if you ain't about it, then we ain't going to fight. Like, I'm not going to about to beat you up, or if you can fight me, then you can fight me. But we ain't going to do that. So once I seen that, I, like, literally just, like, I stopped getting all like, it boiled me. It literally got me mad, like, talking all this mess, and then you scared. So I literally, like, stopped walking, and I just looked at her, and then I told her, like, Carmen, like, what's up? And she was just like, I'm really nervous right now. And I said, okay. I said, so do you want to do this or not? Like, I'm not going to fight you if you don't want to fight. And she's like, no, yeah, I want to fight. Run up. And I was like, me. Oh, don't tell me. You don't even gotta tell me. So after she said that, it was on. It was literally on. All I remember is feeling me connect to her face, like I don't know, but I remember we were just fighting, boop, 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 fighting, and then all I remember, because we weren't pulling no hair. I wasn't pulling her hair. I didn't have her hair. I remember just being all hands, like, literally. So I remember just fighting her, and she just, I remember seeing, because I was hitting her and then backing up, hitting her and backing up. And I remember right at the time I was backing up, I remember seeing her hand come like that, like, in front of my face. She didn't touch me, but I remember it went like that, and then she grabbed my shirt, like, she tore my shirt down. Oh, baby. So then she tore my shirt down. What's wrong, baby? Oh, okay. Okay, so, anyways, she pulled my shirt down, and I remember just literally going all in on this girl. Like, my boobies that I don't got, and they ain't about, these are worth $1 million. They are not about to just come out like nothing. So I remember I was just going in, just going in on this girl, and so I was just going in on this girl. I remember, and she grabbed my shirt. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I remember she grabbed my shirt, and then I remember I was going in on this girl, and then right after, that's when I grabbed her hair. I remember I did grab her hair, and I grabbed it. I didn't grab it like, pulling, trying to, not like that. I remember like gripping it, like getting her. She had her hair in a ponytail, in a bun. And no, it was in a ponytail. Mine was in a bun. She had hers in a ponytail, and I remember I literally gripped it. Sorry y'all, just had to do it. No, but yeah, I remember grabbing her hair, just gripping it, and I just started kneeing her. And I kneed her, like, I remember, like, 3-4 times. It wasn't too much. I remember I kneed her. But the last time I kneed her, she fell to the ground. She fell to the ground, and right when she fell to the ground, she landed, like, I don't even know how. Like, we fought so crazy. Like, we're fighting like dudes that day. Like, she fell to the ground, and she ended up kind of underneath the car, like her body was kind of underneath the hood of, not the hood, but, the front of the car, where the hood and everything's at. So she ended up kind of right there, and so I remember I just, blah, you're done. Like, I left her. I wasn't going to beat her up on the floor. Because, girls like to do that. Girls, like, once they see you on the floor, they like to just, like, go in on you, like, I don't know. So, I didn't do that, though. Once I seen she dropped to the floor, I got up. Well, I left her alone, and then I was just, breathing, panting. And so, my homegirl, she was just like, hey, like, you good? Like, well, I know you're good, but, like, you good? Like, are you done? And I was like, I looked at the girl because she was getting up already, and I told her, I was like, hey, and she was bleeding. I remember she was bleeding from her mouth and her nose. But I told her, I was like, hey, Carmen, like, you good? Like, you done? Like, we good? And she was just like, nah, I want to, I forgot how she said it. I remember she said it's, like, so ugly. She either said, like, I want to run that fade, or I remember she said, like, something again, but she was just like, I want to fight again. So right when she said that, no words came out of my mouth. I just ran up on her, boop, boop. Again, I'm not lying. It was, like, the same thing. I ran up on her again. Well, we ran up on each other. And, this time, like, she got really close to me. Like, she wasn't, like, I don't know if she put in her head, like, I'm not going to the ground this time. I'm not going to let her beat me up, because she was, like, really, you can see, like, she's really standing her ground. Like, her legs look really strong. But, we just got so close to the point, like, I felt myself wanting to grab her by her head. But I don't pull hair. So I remember I, like, grabbed her in a choke, like in a headlock. Not choke, in a headlock. And when she was right here, boop, boop, started beating her up from the bottom, just. And then when I felt that, I remember feeling kind of like something on the side of my rib. So what popped in my head, like, this girl is not about to bite me. So right when I remember feeling that and thinking that at the same time, I heard some lady, I'm gonna call the cops, this and that. They came and separated it, and they couldn't separate us because I remember when they finally separated us, how she was in my arm, I let her go, like I tossed her, because she wasn't gonna get me again or try to get me. I just tossed her real quick, and then I told her again, like, are you done? Like, you want to go again? Or are you done? And she was just like, I'm done, and took off running. Like, literally, she took off running. And then I went in the car and just left home. So that was the time I got into a fight. Yeah, y'all, that's the time I got into a fight. I fought that girl, and I remember I ran into her because she wanted to do a round three. She wanted to do a round three, and I didn't really know for what. I didn't know what the purpose was, because I'm not trying to brag or nothing, you know. I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to brag. But no, seriously, y'all, though, like, I'm not trying to brag or sound like the shit or nothing like that. But, you know, she didn't win. So for her to, you know, want to fight me a third time, I was just confused. Like, I didn't even want to fight a third time. I was just like, why? For what? But that was the time I got into a fight, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. If you guys didn't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back again.